Hi everyone, welcome to another game of Parazoologists Wanted. Um, alright. So last we'd left off, your characters had been gone for uh, what felt to them as uh, just a single day from the Garden of Plenty into a different garden, not knowing that it was a little bit of time dilation between those between the different gardens, and when you finally return to the Garden of Plenty, you're met with the disembodied Archon Nikki um, that you had previously met in Nox, uh, telling all of you uh, to hide as something bad started to happen. Um, According to her, uh, the village of Sunrise was fully taken over by um, uh, like some sort of malevolent force that seems to be mind controlling people. Uh, um, she, as you were hiding from uh, um, divas flying high above and uh, uh, apparently looking for any stragglers of this event, uh, she explains that uh, uh, she was out on a scouting mission throughout the garden, but when she and Duan returned, he connected to Agora and got snatched by a group of divas. And from afar, she was able to see that the village of Sunrise is being heavily modified. Um, there's a wall being built around it, spikes being set up, and lots of the people who live there, archons, divas, and humans alike, are being taken. We're being escorted out of the village uh, in in the direction of the north for purposes unknown. Uh, Apparently, it's been 7 days here since your characters were since your characters have left because of the 1 in 10 time dilation with the Garden of the Wild Hunt. Um, your characters have not had the chance to get a long rest yet. You're still wounded, some of you, low on spell slots, some others. Uh, you're right in front of the portal back to the Garden of the Wild Hunt, uh, and yeah, as uh, you hear in your voice the voice of Nikki's sorry, as you hear in your head the voice of Nikki saying, uh, "Okay, I think they're I think they're gone. I don't perceive any of them in the sky right now. Uh, um, we can like come out of hiding and talk. Uh, uh, where like what are your characters going to do now?"
Do you have any idea how this came to be?
Um, I was on a scouting mission, so I missed. So we were far enough away that we were disconnected from Okura and the rest of the village. So I missed the initiating incident. Um,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
I've seen mostly I've seen divas moving about freely, and other and everybody else kind of being um, shoved around. So I think that this has something to do with the divas, but um,
This is not good, isn't it? This is not good.
Right, there are two
Have you
options.
found
There.
any
Three
more
we can see we
comforting?
can take. Either I can expend lots of energy to try and get in touch with Archimark or Teco, just to see if they can tell us more. Or we can preserve that and try and see where these things are being taken, or some other option that I haven't considered. What of the other
Sh-
village? Have you heard anything about them?
No. I thought that that place might have gotten targeted as well, and I've just been hiding and looking for you guys for ever since this happened.
Right.
What's everybody's resources like right now before we make a decision?
Low health, no spell slots, low resources, no bardic inspiration, low on health, cantrips
I'm
only.
still capable of doing some things, but I am limited in the amount I can continue to do today.
Same here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I
Yep.
could do. I could do some bare minimum. My weaker abilities. Got first level spell slot, and yeah, of course I get my big step back at a short rest. So
That's fair.
Okay, we got it. You need a safe place to rest that's away from sunrise. Okay, the place I found. We came back early from the scouting mission because we found this sort of sanctum-like place that had 4 graves with swords as their tombstones.
Swords.
Yeah, yeah.
And you didn't think this strange?
No, we did. That's why we were coming back
Right.
early to kind of report this. But it basically had a light, an aura of light that is similar to the one in Lux. So it was burning our like by essence just to be there. So I can't, but it's that sort of aura is really good for concealing magical energies from detection. So it's gonna be unpleasant for me, but we can for sure go there and not be detected by the Digvots.
Sounds
Okay.
useful. Sure. Lead away.
Yeah, that sounds the best.
All right, it's it's south of here. Follow. I'll guide you psychically, and like you kind of get an image of the path that you're supposed to take through the Garden of Plenty. As so Nikki is going to be guiding you to that spot, but it is up to the party to stay stealthy while you're moving around in the garden, and also avoid any sort of like encounters. So I'm gonna need one of you to roll survival in order to like find a path where you're able to like stay relatively hidden the whole time, and everybody else to make a stealth check. Each successes on the stealth check is going to lower the difficulty of the person who's rolling survival.
Okay, so I'm most likely going for stealth.
Okay.
I can do either.
I can do stealth pretty well.
I'll do stealth.
All right.
Reyna,
Stealth
preference?
would be the better option for
Right.
me.
Then I'll do the
Me
survival
too.
one.
Okay. Make the roll. Ooh, those are some good success. Oh wow. Okay. So the difficulty.
Nice.
Cool.
Mhm.
So I was thinking like the difficulty is gonna be 25, and each success on the stealth is gonna lower it by 5, and
Well,
so you exactly hit with that natural one. You still hit the thing because everybody else succeeded on their stealth checks. So it's not like the terrain is not favorable to what you're trying to do. There's lots of parts of the garden that just don't have a lot of trees or a good amount of like rocky terrain for cover. So like every now and then Nikki will let you know that like there's a diva scouting overhead, and you'll do your best to hide. It's like but everyone is so good at hiding that you're able to like avoid detection. Nikki also advises that like you avoid strong emotions while you're trying to stay stealth, because they might be able to like perceive powerful emotions. And yeah, just staying calm. You're able over the course of the next 8 hours to make it to the this clearing. It looks like an old ruined building. This like old elven architecture that mixes like stone, wood, and in a very organic way, but that has long crumbled to dust and to pieces. And newly dug up are 4 graves with each of which has a sword of sorts planted as the tombstone. 2 of them are rapiers, and the other 2 are uh, um, daggers.
Ooh, I like the rapier.
that is
Yeah.
odd.
Let me roll. If I roll under 8 on this, you are going to benefit from the Breath of Taurus. Yeah. So within 3 hours of coming back in the garden, the Breath of Taurus activates, and as and like it's the equivalent of a sunrise or a sunset. So while this is happening, the sun above moves out and is replaced by some stars and a moon, and all of you regenerate HP and slowly but surely spell slots as well during that 1 hour. So
Yes.
so you some of you still have levels of exhaustion which don't go away with this, so you still make it to the to this strange little graveyard. But yeah, thanks for letting me. Thanks for reminding me of the Breath of Taurus, Jonah.
Mm-hmm. So do we gain all our spell pots back, or half of it?
You regain all of your spell slots back.
Cool.
Senna, would you care to see if there's anything up with those plates? I do recall you can do that, yes.
I can check if the blades are connected to a story,
Right.
and I can also check for signs of undead in the area.
I could also do that otherwise, I guess, if they happen to be magical.
But for now, I think I'm just going to. Oh wait, do you mean just detect magic?
Would be pleasant, yes.
Yeah, sure. I'll use a spell slot to cast it.
Okay. There, each of the swords has the same enchantments on them. They are powerful evocation and what's the protection one? Abjuration spells on each of those weapons.
Do you want me to try and figure out what they are?
I can do that while you all rest if you want.
Right, I was otherwise gonna see if I can make contact with the other village leader, Archimark, or anyone else that you'd prefer.
Okay, while you do that then, I'm going to set up an alarm around us.
Right. Any preference who I contact first?
I think use your best judgment on that one.
Very well.
Just letting you know, because on the blade of each of those swords, you are going to see that there are symbols that might be slightly familiar to all of you. I need everybody to roll for Arcana. Each of the blades has 8 symbols. One of the bottom one is always very hard to perceive, like it's completely smudged. Jonah, those are the alchemical symbols for the different planets of the solar system, excluding the sun and Earth and the moon, who all have their individual symbols. This is like when you click on the image, I added like those symbols in question on the blade so that you can see what they're supposed to look like. And there's a bottom one, but like that is a lot less visible than all of the others. It's barely etched into the metal, but that is still visible. That's the symbol for Pluto.
Oh,
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, that was Jonah's Arcana check. Yeah, we're talking about contacting people.
Yes. I think Sebastian would begin by contacting the angel that they spoke to on the boat that, well, has some kind of connection to the other village. If you remember what I'm talking about.
To the hold on. To whom?
The well, angel that was with Graves on the boat. That's presumed leader of the angel village that I don't think has a name yet.
Hold on. You mean Jay?
Yes, thank you.
Jay, yeah. Absolutely. Cool. So you, okay. What you were using? Sending. Okay, cool.
Yes.
All right, cool. So, what? Tell me what you're saying to her. I can count the words if you want.
Hello, Jay. This is Sebastian. It seems things have changed in our temporary absence. Are you and your village okay? Can you provide any information as to what is happening? Do you need anything from us?
Okay. You. There is a. There's a pause. Make a persuasion check.
All right. 24.
All right, 24. You perceive Jay's answer. In case this is a trick, I'm not going to say where I am, but I'm hoping that it is you. We were attacked. The Devas tried to possess as many of us as possible, we fled where we're spread out and disorganized right now. It's harder to, we don't know why they would attack. That's where the message ends.
Right. Apparently Devas are attacking and possessing the people of the village. The village is presumably gone. Some fled and are still in hiding. They were wise enough not to give me their location.
Smart.
But it's but it sucks. It sucks.
Still, does mean that the Devas broke the record, which, well, makes things easier.
Other than their devas.
What do you mean?
We can't hit devas, right?
Not with regular weapons. Kind of stares over in the direction that Zorch.
Senna is currently casting Identify on them.
You,
Or at least Kuhalon is.
you got it. So after I think it's an extra 10 minutes, you are going to have access to the whole description for the Soul Blade of the Night. Okay, so give me just 1 second. I'm gonna turn off the dark mode so that I can read this stuff.
It is difficult.
Yeah, I had that problem.
Yeah.
Luckily, I use light mode.
Yeah. So
It's randomly like has a white background. I don't know how this happened, but
I think it's from something being copy and pasted, where it's just
Yeah.
stuck the white background on it.
when you switch to light mode, are you able to read it correctly?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
cool. Cool. So, it has a couple of like basic properties that Senna you feel would always have been active, and then it has extra powers that seem to have been activated later down the that like are optional but that were activated. So yeah, you the Soul Blade can be made to disappear by making the movement to plant it in the ground. It can be made to reappear by making the gesture of drawing it from the ground. Both are bonus actions. Senna,
mine does that.
this feels eerily similar to
The staff of the pilgrim.
to Raymond's to the staff of the pilgrim, but also Raymond's hexblade.
Oh.
Like he does generally that the same gesture to make it appear or disappear. I don't know if it's a bonus action or not for
That's intriguing.
Grave specific. But they seem to be like of a similar design to some extent. If someone who isn't the Soul Blade's owner tries to hold the sword, the Soul Blade casts heat metal on itself. The heat damage does not affect the owner of the Soul Blade. So if there's like two people holding it and one of them is the owner, that person is not going to be hurt by the heat damage. If broken, the Soul Blade's pieces disappear at the next dusk or dawn and reappear if drawn from the ground again. When drawn, a Soul Blade emits a war chant that can be heard by any means of magic detection within 2 kilometers. So, Senna, right now, all 4 of those soul blades are planted in the ground, which should have made them disappear. But
So that
there's
connection's broken with the person who was wielding them.
yeah.
Do these count as relics by any chance?
I don't know like what. Oh, hold on. Give me just 1 second. Now that they're dead, yes, those count as relics. Yes.
Would I know relics of who? Because I have the detector of relics thing with the crown of the Hierophant.
Yeah. Does it give you a name?
It just says that
For
I can tell if
example-
they're real relics more than anything. I'm not certain if
Yeah.
it would give me any
For
information.
So detector of
Yeah.
relics. Yes. So those are relics. Oh no, sorry. It's not relevant to a historical figure of a verse that you know, because those people died too recently for there to be spells already known and associated with them. So you're able to tell that they're connected to spells. It's just spells that you don't know.
That's cool.
Well,
So yeah,
let's take
these
some moral
swords-
action. Let's take some swords off of a recently deceased.
Well, they're not using them.
But these are actual graves. They were buried with these. That is.
Well, they don't seem to be graves any longer.
Oh, sorry. Recently dug graves. It means that the soil doesn't is still
I thought you said
upturned,
exhumed.
but it doesn't look like they. But it's not a hole without a body inside. It's just a hole that got filled back up. That might have a body inside.
I love the might.
I mean, you can start digging and checking if you want.
Just
I
trying
recommend-
to-
Should I start digging? Because
No, no. I'll say no.
Grave.
fair enough.
If you're really curious about the permission, you could always try asking.
That's a fair point.
All right. I go up. What kind of swords are there?
There's
Long
two.
swords?
There's 2 daggers and 2 rapiers.
Rapiers.
Oh, cool.
Neat.
I usually use rapiers, so I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna go over to the sword and ask. Say, hey, is there a dead body under you? Because
The sword.
I'm just checking.
The sword does not answer.
Well, they don't seem to be answering.
I think they're giving the cold shoulder.
That's definitely what's going on.
It's such a dire situation, and now you start putting out jokes, Grabs.
Isn't this usual though? Whenever it gets dark,
Mhm.
it gets more jokey.
Fine. Just throwing this out there, I know for a fact that I can't use these. If I try to attune to them, I either can't use the crown, which means I lose access to a lot of my abilities, or it just won't work. So
Is there? Okay.
I think the same would happen for Rana too, because of the Staff of Pilgrims.
Likely.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Though you could make a choice between the two, I don't know how that would affect you as much.
No, I still don't find it a good idea to take them.
Okay.
Graves.
Can I ask how old are the graves themselves? Like,
Make
Fresh,
a
so
make a survival check.
I'll give you advantage
Okay.
on that
Okay.
out of curiosity. Oh, never mind. You don't really
yeah,
know.
I'm good.
22. So that's it.
About as high as I can roll.
Mm-hmm. So you start to observe the graves. You know it doesn't rain in this place. You've never seen it rain in the Garden of Plenty, and yet the vegetation is often pretty lush. You use your understanding of this place to figure out that those graves are let's say just 1 month old. They were placed. It seems that they were placed here before your group even found. Well, sorry, slightly a short time after your group found this garden.
Ooh.
One thing I will say, if there's 4 graves and all of these were dug pretty recently, it stands to reason that at least one person in the group with them survived and then buried them.
Likely, yes.
With your
That would be the only proper option, or the person who killed him.
with
Also
your,
Yeah.
possible.
Which would be weird, but it's very possible, yeah.
with your 22 survival grades, you're able to see that deep there are deep footsteps around the graves that form a pattern consistent with someone working the earth and carrying heavy stuff here. The footprint for that so it looks like a medieval armor knight's armor spiked shoe, basically. B,
Oh.
it is that of a large creature who left very deep footprints that are still visible 1 month after the event. Last of all, you see the footprints coming in to this place. You don't see those footprints leaving this place.
Well, I'm glad I put the alarm up.
All right, we got a flying robot. That's
What?
my number one guess. There's big footprints. There's some kind of looks kind of like what I guess a night shoe would look like a metal footprint. And they come here and they don't leave. So either they flew away, they're invisible right here, and I just wave over where the footprint is, or they just kind of walked backwards right into their own footprints, which is.
Does one
Or
of
it could,
the
or
graves
could
look
they?
slightly different to the others?
Yeah.
Yeah, is there a noticeably larger grave?
No, they're all medium-sized graves.
Well, there goes that, unless he buried himself standing up.
Or burying himself.
Grave.
Yep.
Senna, you said there was something familiar about these blades. Yes.
I don't think I did.
Right.
Or if I did, I'm not sure why.
Because of
Oh,
Emotion.
no.
grave.
Graves, yes. They
Yeah.
are very similar to Graves' new weapon.
Right. Do you recognize anything about them, Graves?
I'll take out my own
Okay.
Hexblade.
You take out your own hexblade. Immediately, you feel it shaking, vibrating in your hand, almost as if it longs to be wielded. Like it's never done that before. On top of that, the two daggers the two rapiers have those elaborate like the guard is basically shaped like a dragon, with the tail and the wings curved around to protect the hand. The eyes on those metal dragons are light up as soon as you draw your own sword. They seem to be reacting to one another.
Okay,
That's
sorry.
definitely interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what this means.
Maybe should you desummon it or something like that?
Given the
I kind of want to know what happens.
visualization, I'd imagine these are weapons that, similarly to how yours were forged by the Raven Queen, were forged by the other thing, the dragon, or whatever it's called.
Didn't Rana mean a dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In ancient Babylon.
Wait,
Yeah.
you met a dragon? Out of character, my mistake. In character, wait, you met a dragon?
Yeah. Even rode one.
Does it look similar?
Um,
Because I'll be honest, I was passing out hard at the end of that fight, so
Wait,
I
was I
barely
there when
remember
the
the
dragon?
dragon. Yes,
Was
you
I
were
there?
also unconscious.
Hey,
We were not
yeah,
doing
this is-
well.
it's when both of you became trinities. So
What a day.
Yeah, definitely. There's one way to put it.
Well, are they just like, are like the swords just still, shaking at each other, or is anything else? Is it progressing?
The soul blades of the night aren't shaking. They just like their eyes flared up and are like still shining. And your soul blade is like it's like there's a strong magnet being turned on and off that's like kind of like making your hand vibrating.
Does it like get stronger or weaker if I move it away, like further and away from it?
It seems to get slightly stronger when you bring it closer to the swords.
Well,
Just out of curiosity, nothing's happening with the crown in reaction to these, right?
No.
Right. So it's not just those items in general, it is specifically these swords.
Yeah. Yes.
What about the dagger?
The daggers also have dragons. It's just that, like, on one of them, it's a carving on the blade after the 8 symbols, and on the other one, it's a like an image on the pommel of the sword. They also have their eyes shining.
I want to poke one of the rapiers with my sword.
Okay.
We'll see if it does anything.
As you do, you see that like the metal of the rapier starts to grow red with heat, as its defense is basically activating on contact with yours.
Well, it's kind of neat.
I suppose that answers that much then. Doesn't like you. Which I suppose is reasonable, given the whole Raven Queen Dragon dichotomy and all that.
Yeah. Well,
I'm missing a lot of contacts.
Yes.
Don't worry, I'm kind of missing it too. To an extent.
Graves here has made a pact with the Raven Queen.
Oh,
an
I never
entity
tell you
which
that.
made the angels and the likes, some of the sirens as well, which most of them are not dead, and many other creatures. There is another entity known as the dragon, which, well, apparently also gives out swords to people. I wonder if it sits in the
Ah.
lake. But no. It is apparently an enemy of the Raven Queen, as far as I recall.
I don't know why, but
Okay.
it's some kind of, whatever they are.
I think you just got requested to kill them, which, I mean, wasn't you, but you succeeded, so good job.
Yeah.
Is the Raven Queen going to be pissed if you take one of these?
If he
I don't
takes
know.
I
one of
don't
them,
think
probably.
you can even take them, but
Yeah, I do not think they will recognize you.
I mean, probably not.
You could certainly try, but that's just me hazarding, I guess.
I'll say if it's gonna help us in the deal with the current situation, I will say somebody should take them.
Indeed.
Who can take them?
I mean, I can
Shrugs.
take both of them.
There's 4.
It might just be Jonah.
I can
I mean,
also
both
take
rapier
them,
and dagger, but
I can take any one of them, I guess.
I'll.
I wouldn't be swinging them around much in a normal sort of way, but from what you described, they seem to be moderately useful. Yeah, even still.
All right.
Sure, you could find a way to make them useful.
I'm sure.
I'll.
Hey, wait. If I poke the sword against it again, does it get heat up
God.
again?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
What if I poke it?
It heats up again.
If you poke it, hold on. Let me read the description real quick.
I'm just hitting it with the sword again. Just
No,
hitting it with the sword again.
Yeah.
If it casts heat metal again, then we can use this as a fire starter.
That seems trivial.
So, Jonah, when you poke one of the soul blades, it does not heat up.
Okay.
You've been chosen.
Hmm. Should I draw one or do that later, after we rest?
I have no particular need of rest.
Do any of us really
Right.
need rest after the breath of
I mean,
gods?
Those that need
Some-
sleep.
somebody
right?
has exhaustion points. I don't know who.
Some of y'all are took levels of exhaustion.
So ability checks are at disadvantage.
Yeah, for some.
Not skill checks, but ability checks.
Yeah.
Right. I guess. Let's try them. And Sebastian will also move up and sort of just begin by placing his hand on the back of one of the blades. Specifically a dagger, I think.
When you put your hand on it, it does not heat up.
Right.
Is there any differences to the swords, or?
Like I said, the placement of the dragon is different on each of them. The style is slightly different, but it's mostly cosmetic.
Cool.
Right. Presuming you're, well, willing to be wielded by me, I will take you with me. Just reach down and grasp it.
Okay. Now, now that you're holding it, it activates heat metal. Touching it just to touch it does not activate it. It's if someone tries to hold the sword, and so it
I guess no.
like deals 1 point of fire damage to your hand.
Ouch.
I guess it's a no then.
Wonder if that means the person's still alive.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I'll try it. I'll try it.
Okay.
Rapier.
You take 3 points of fire damage.
Ow!
Uh,
All right. Okay, yeah.
See, now
That's
I'm
fair.
curious. I really shouldn't be. I'm gonna pick one up. I'll probably go for a rapier.
it burns your hand for 2 points of fire damage. So
Good to know.
I feel like okay, so all like 3 of those weapons have been drawn out from the earth, but then like let go of as it burned your hands.
I
There's
don't
still
think so. You never withdraw it. Just kind of stop touching it the moment it started burning.
yeah. So that dagger is not drawn out of the ground then.
Yep.
Okay.
I probably would have like. I was just checking to see if it like burned me. So yeah, it's not off the ground.
Okay, sounds good. They're still stuck. They're still serving as tombstones.
Right.
So, they're not
So-
invisible whenever they should be, but they are still burning.
Indeed.
And they can't all be bound to one person,
You don't think
because
so?
that's not how the items work.
Likely.
That's
Are
weird.
these just effective?
I think they're broken.
Well, I mean, we don't know that we can't. They don't stay stuck to somebody when they're dead.
Hmm.
Actually, no. If they actually do stop being connected when they're dead, that actually just might mean there's people alive down there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a disturbing thought.
Yeah.
And
If only you could
checking
see.
that
Yes.
without digging up the corpses. Anybody got a way of like checking that?
Is it just dirt?
Dirt? Yes.
I might be able to check if there's anything sentient down there. Sure.
Alright.
And Sebastian will cast Detect Thoughts, since
Did-
that's blocked by rock, but not dirt.
Ooh, okay.
Mhm.
Cool. Can penetrate barriers, but 2 feet of rope, 2 inches of any metal or lead. Other than lead. Okay, cool. Yes. So you you don't detect any thoughts coming from the ground beneath the tombs. You detect small amounts of thought coming from each of the dragon carvings or dragon engravings, or like the dragon guards of that thing. Give me just 1 second to check. Yeah, they have an intelligence of 10, so it is sufficient to show up in your detect thoughts. They seem
These are
to
some rather
be
intelligent swords.
they seem to be dormant, in sort of like deep state of either coma or hibernation, but they have thoughts of their own.
Right. Probably try and get a sense of anything specific they might be thinking.
Uh,
Just a very curious look on his face.
Oh yeah.
Out
As
of curiosity,
Mhm.
does Graves' sword have thoughts too? Because you'd register that right now.
Yeah.
No, Graves' sword
Aw.
doesn't have thoughts of its
Huh.
own.
Your sword's dumb.
I gotta say, for everybody that's trying to win this, cosmic battle between her and the dragon, these guys start giving out better swords. I mean, like, the dude's a
Anyway.
little skewed.
I think you can't because of X-Blade only gets
Anyway.
can do.
Sebastian, you delve into the thoughts of the swords. They seem to be dreaming in a strange loop. You see the they dream of the moment they're created by something that looks like an old man but radiates with magical energy, who hands each of the dragons over to be added onto swords to four knights, tall knights in heavenly armor with spectral wings on their back. Those swords are then passed down to four humans, some of which you. So the old man looks like the dragon from like the old man who transformed into the dragon in ancient Babylon, and you see that those four swords get passed down to four different people, two of which I think you recognize you recognize their facial structures from the dinosaurs in Babylon story. So
From season.
This person had the rapier, I believe, and where did I put the other one? I'm not gonna have the image for her, but yeah, like there's a black man who seems to have magical abilities similar to Jonah's, who was a bard. There was an Indian man who was a cleric of Scorpio, a brown-haired woman who was a wizard, and hold on, who am I forgetting?
King Arthur.
No, King Arthur is not. Like those swords aren't dreaming of
Okay.
King Arthur. God damn it! Why is my brain? Anyways, these are the tombs of the other party who was doing a campaign alongside before that campaign stopped.
Oh,
damn.
Sebastian, you see a sort of like final battle, an ambush led by a ghost who looks exactly like King Arthur that you saw in ancient Babylon, wielding a sword like Graves, along with a few other assassins wielding shadowy powers, and they defeated almost all of the members of that group except for one of them, who seems to have gotten away. His sword was a chainsaw, and his skin was blue.
And the skin was what?
And his skin is blue.
Oh damn!
He looks to be from India, based on clothing and like his face, his accent, and things like this. And last of all, the bodies were brought here by one of the gigantic knights who had bestowed the swords in the first place and were buried here respectfully before that giant just disappeared.
So it was a flying robot. I was right.
That is interesting.
Chainsaw power.
Seems these people... No, they're not alive, if you're wondering, but the blades are under thinking.
I mean, does a chainsaw count as a sword?
Seems like they were killed by, well, from what I can tell, the agents of the Raven Queen.
Oh, by the way,
Mhm.
the rogue of that party, Alessandro, had unlocked the ability to transform the metal dragon from his dagger into a small pseudo dragon, essentially awakening it as a familiar and being able to use it. The reason that Graves' sword doesn't do that is simply because he's not drawing his Raven familiars out of his sword. He's drawing them from his kind of hexblade powers. But yeah,
Different sources. Got it.
different
Gotcha.
sources, same effect at the end of the day.
They are very much sentient, alive, if dreaming.
Okay.
If
I guess it's slightly concerning to me that this was people coming from the same group as me, kind of. Just because I mean,
Like those
feel like-
those are the people that you were told to kill at some point, and then you were kind of just reassigned to protecting Jay and like other children of the Raven Queen who are being attacked by the living. And
part of it's just the fact that like they were here, like a week or like while we were here. Assuming this is where the battle happened.
I don't think it was here.
no, the battle was
Doesn't
not
look
here.
like
The
it
battle.
sounds
Oh, they just brought the corpses here.
The
Yeah.
angels did. Well,
That's
for lack
less
of a better-
worrying.
Not angels per se, but big metal angel thing.
Flying robot.
So this is actually I can show you this because this is artwork from the original game. This is what those four knights look like, and it's the black-skinned one on the right who brought the bodies here and buried them.
Oh, Raphael.
Yeah, Raphael. You don't have the names associated with the image yet, but yeah, this is what they look like.
That's
So,
cool.
there is one thing I could try given that. But
All right, what?
yes,
Mm-hmm.
I could try talking to them, waking them. Seeing if that works.
Sounds like a good idea.
Sounds like the only idea we have. How are you planning on talking with them?
The way I usually talk in people's minds.
Right.
So unless there's any argument against.
Nope. Unless I get orders to kill the swords. Good.
Yeah.
You focus. You reach out with your mind. As you do, Senna, your alarm spell triggers. Sebastian, you're like you feel that you're able to like start to stir something in those metal pseudo-dragons, which are interrupted by a strong magical sound of something crashing in the ground behind you.
Stop, spin around.
Yeah, so you kind of get interrupted as gigantic knight, full medieval armor, long black sword, full beard, and shining white eyes materializes in front of you, sort of like kind of like in the MCU movies, like when Thor uses the Rainbow Bridge to get to places. It's kind of a similar like.
Is it the person that buried them?
Yes.
That explains where they went.
Right.
Who dares disturb the graves of? Oh, I really thought this. No one knew about this garden.
No one knew until today. Well, the garden, a few while back. I think you even buried him while we were here. But yes. Apologies for the disturbance. You're the one who buried him, yes?
Sorry, could you repeat the last sentence that you said?
Apologies for the disturbance. You are the one that buried them, yes?
Yes. They were... I advise you stay in this garden. They were sort of the last hope that we had to save the world. So right now, Earth is a... bad things are gonna start happening pretty soon.
Why?
Oh,
What exactly is going to be happening?
The if I tell you, will you leave those graves alone?
If it is deemed important enough that you will never reconsider and it is never deemed useful, and without your agreement, I will never touch them.
Oh, the swords?
yeah.
All right. This group, they were known as they were trinities, people who reincarnate a lot. They were the only ones who had as many good lives as bad lives, so their humans were able to keep control. We gave them swords and told them to try to solve the coming end of the world, because the gods should have already come down in 2012 and passed on.
It's 2013.
Yes, the cosmic clock was slowed down by our ally, the dragon.
Okay.
So
I see. That explains that.
The swords were specifically we talked with the dragon and came to the conclusion that the simplest way to avoid the apocalypse was to kill Samael, but they failed. So, and I don't.
Ooh, Samael.
The one of the 12, I imagine.
Oh, you know about them? Yes. He's the Gemini.
Yes.
Okay. I need to look again at that book.
Oh,
Goes to look at my phone, realizes that phone don't work in the garden.
I have a local copy. I still have some charge left. I'll let you read it once we get somewhere better.
Yeah.
we still have one of them running around and trying to finish that, but since most of them died, we we got kind of a little bit depressed. This is not the state that we wanted the world to be in.
Yeah, but if I must say, we always have to try. Make the place a better place. At least try.
Hmm. Well, okay. I wouldn't be breaking any of the rules. Uh, oh, uh, uh, I see that you have, like, he points to Senna and says, this is a crown of the Hierophant, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. We have one object associated with each of the paths. The path of the sword was to try to go and kill Samael. Other other divas and archons came up with a different way, which was to try to rewrite every wrong deed that was ever done. That's why they came up with the crown. That is going to take ages, so I didn't think that was a good plan. We also found some. We also have some humans who found strange seeds that could lead them to talking with gods, and they were thinking of using that to negotiate with them. But the 12 are notoriously bad at making decisions, so that's why we were mostly going for murder. Okay. You seemed interested in those swords.
We find ourselves in a little bit of a trouble here as well at the moment. How
Oh,
aware are you of our current situation?
I've just met you, so I'm not really. I'm tasked
There's
with watching over Earth and not stepping on Earth, but here is a garden, so I don't watch over this place.
there's a lot of Devas here who have recently decided to act in a manner that is hostile towards most other things here.
How'd they get here?
We
Yes.
brought them.
Oh,
Yeah, by accident. No, but
Not
not by
really.
accident. But we are
We didn't
trying.
foresee this.
We are trying to make a society of we are
alright.
trying to make something. Trying to like work together on this, and Davis broke that trust, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh,
The primary intent is to get both Devas and Archons to, well, hopefully just abandon Earth and any idea of claiming it.
well, I guess we have a lot to talk about. He kind of like sits down and he's gonna say, "All right, tell me the story from the start." And I think we're gonna uh, uh, like
Yeah, hands up a
cut
little.
a little bit of time. Um, uh, like this person seems like somewhat friendly, mostly on the defensive about like the graves being disturbed. By the end, he said like he has this like mischievous smile when you finish telling the story, and he's like, uh, hey, it sounds like you guys have been doing exactly the sort of stuff that we wanted the this group to do. Like, I knew about the Tehon colonies, uh, uh, like just a little bit of context that I had been able to figure out. You not only solved that secret, you invaded them and stole some of their artifacts. I think if anyone is gonna be able to use those swords to do good, it's you. So, uh, uh, I'll, uh, I wouldn't be breaking any of the rules of my programming or any of the agreements I have with the dragon if I just, lifted the security, like made you the new owners of those swords. It's just Senna and Reyna wouldn't be able to use them.
Nora Graves, I think.
That actually remains to be seen.
Ooh.
Because, all right, the Raven Queen stands in opposition to us because she thinks that because humans have pretty often messed up the people that she created. So I understand that. So she is fighting our side to make sure that that the age of humans comes to an end and the age of her people on Earth can come about.
Same way, same story, but different bots, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Something like that.
yeah.
I guess. No real ideological opposition from your side, just fury from hers, it sounds like.
Well,
beyond that, you don't want humans to die.
Yes, that's correct. Okay. If you were talking to any of the other Guardian Swords, they would be saying no, absolutely not. I'm the one who's considered a little bit more flexible. So, how about we keep this a secret? But I make you the owner. I can make Sebastian, Graves, and Jonah the new owners of those swords.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't mind.
So you he is going to like walk over to the swords. He puts a hand on the dirt of the graves and says, I'm sorry for disturbing your rest. He grabs the sword, draws it from the ground. You see that it starts to like become a little bit more red. He draws his own sword and is going to fuse both of those things together before drawing it. And then he says, "Graves, come here." Oh, sorry, Sebastian, come here.
Very well.
And
you can use a dagger, right?
Yeah. He draws the sword back out, and it's gonna take the appearance of your choice, and it's gonna count as a edge weapon that you can wield. So it could be a dagger. You can choose to make it into a different type of weapon that fits Sebastian more in that moment.
Nice.
I have an idea, but it's kind of out there.
Yeah. I mean, like, I said yes to like chainsaw sword. So yeah, what's your idea?
Essentially, I'll just post it in Discord.
Yeah.
Something like this, but draconic in style, if that makes sense. That's essentially claws. Since claws is the only real weapon he's used before.
Claws is the only real weapons. Okay, so here's the thing. He's gonna do that, and there's gonna be like tiny swords on the fingers that get like because it's still a sword, no matter how tiny it is, it's still gonna do double damage against trinities and such. And but yeah, you get this like metal claw-like thing. You see Raphael says, "Oh wow, okay,
interesting."
Interesting how that. Yeah, cool." He hands it to you. Jonah, come over here.
Okay.
He's gonna do the same thing with one of the swords and draws it out. What does it look like? So
Okay.
hold on. Sorry. There's two requirements. It needs to have a dragon on it in some form or shape. It needs to have the 8 symbols, one of which is sort of faded to appear on there.
I think it. So basically, he mostly uses a rapier.
Yeah.
Okay, let me think.
If you want, Raphael can take one of the rapiers, and it comes back out looking exactly the same as it did before.
No, but
No? Okay.
I wanted to make it custom, so
Yeah.
it looks like, okay, it has to be draconic in nature, right?
Yeah. It has to have a dragon on it somewhere.
I've got it. It's a rapier with the okay, believe there should be something like this on the internet.
Yeah,
I will find a picture.
Sounds good. Yeah, it's a cool looking rapier. He hands it to you. He picks up one of the daggers, turns to Graves, and like gestures for you to come closer. Graves. Graves, you're muted.
Wait, can it be like multiple swords or?
No, it has to be a single
Damn,
sword.
I've been muted for a while.
Yeah, you've been muted for a little bit. Yeah.
Didn't realize.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'll approach.
Okay.
This doesn't explode on me.
You approach as you do. So like Raphael puts the dagger back into the sword and he's gonna draw it back out. You see that like he is struggling a little bit more. Like it seems to be demanding a little bit more effort to draw it out. Meanwhile, your own hexblade still in your hand is like shaking more and more violently.
This can't go wrong.
All right, make a I would like for you to make a charisma saving throw, difficulty 16.
Do I recover any bardic inspiration?
Oh
Yes,
no!
It
yes,
wouldn't matter.
you recovered bardic inspirations. All right, all of you see Graves' eyes turn black. His hair start to look like feathers, and he goes into a wild rage and is going to try to attack Raphael. We're gonna take a short 5-minute break, y'all, and we're back. Okay, cool. All right, I need. Actually, this is all gonna happen in a sort of an instant. So Graves sort of looks like he's going, berserker. Raphael sees this and like is like, oh damn. Finishes pulling the sword, drops it on the ground, and as he does, you see that like from beneath his cloak, this large this like white dragon comes out, jumps on the floor. It seems like pretty medium sized, but it grows super quickly and roars specifically at Graves.
I'll make a new character real quick. Nope.
So Raphael is gonna say, "Oh no! Oh, this was not supposed to happen. Come here!" And when the dragon does not come, he's gonna be like, "Oh shit! Sorry, I can't be here right now." And he disappears. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Great.
We're fighting a dragon.
Gonna place us on a
I
different
just
map than this,
finished my
or
turn.
No, we're not gonna use a map, but I am going to place a sprite for the dragon. Let's see.
He just left.
Yeah, the rules that govern his existence means that unfortunately he does have to go because of this.
Oh fuck.
Dragon Puppy.
Oh.
Oh, that's great.
All right, what level? What
Great.
level are all of you?
That's always a
7.
good
Level
question.
7.
Level 7. All right, cool.
3, 4, 7.
Uh,
5, 6, 7.
there we go. Yeah, cool. All right. Give me just one second. There we go. Let's see. Initiative. The turn order is up. Oh, I'm using those. I'm sorry. These are your tokens on the white map. If you want to use them to, if you want to click them to roll your initiatives. Wait, why is it not?
Oh,
showing
thank
up?
They're not
goodness.
apparently adding into him, though.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, now it
I
adds.
think you've got 2 of them right now.
They all appeared. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think there's 2 of me. So,
Yeah, I'm deleting one of you.
thank you.
Cool. And let's try again. There we go. I had rolled a natural 1, so I'm gonna take that natural 1. Cool. First to yeah, first to add
First is me. No, wait, it's
Sebastian first.
Alright. Just stop fighting, both of you, right now. And Sebastian is angry enough that he's probably gonna twink a suggestion on both the dragon and Graves.
All right.
Nice.
I
Just
swear,
to say-
if I pass this wisdom save,
No,
Oh, shoot.
Don't.
the dragon roars at you.
Oh, great.
Cool. So,
And
the good news.
am I currently in melee range with it?
Huh?
Am I currently in melee range with it?
No.
Then I'm going to step back somewhat.
Okay, we got it.
Probably just, slightly out of line.
You got it. All right. So, you can see that. Okay, so that was your turn.
Yes.
Oh, sorry about that. To simplify things, the familiars are always gonna act right after the initiative of that player character. So Reyna, it's always gonna be Cronenberg after you. Jonah, it's gonna be the Deer of Tunes after you. Graves, it's gonna be the Ravens after you. So yeah. Cool. So Sebastian, that's your turn. Cool. You've seen that the dragon unfurls his wings. It looks like it looks more like it's about to try to take off than anything. But I only have a legendary. But none of my legendary actions are movement. So in fact, it is going to try to swipe the tail at Graves. Does the 20 hit?
can I use reactions right now, or am I
Yes.
kind of like?
No, you can.
Okay,
You
then.
can use reactions for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna use reaction to cast shield, so that does not hit.
Okay. So yeah, like last second, black wings come out of your sword and stop the tail from like crushing you. Cool. That is my legendary action. Reyna, it is your turn.
Okay. I am. I don't know who to target.
Graves is okay, I think, for the moment.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm. How does the suggestion affect Graves' going into berserk mode?
So right now, actually, you the suggestion pulls you, like pulls you out of it. So for a moment, you were sort of in this like dark place where you saw Raphael as like wearing the face of multiple of your enemies to like really like the sword was communicating to you that this is an enemy. So for a second he looked like um
A bad
Oberon.
guy?
Yeah, for a second he looked like Oberon. For after that he looked like Idoneus. Like he looked like Ea. But then like you hear this voice in your head that's like stop fighting, and you're able to like snap out of it. You so yeah, it actually like the you have your will back thanks to Sebastian's input.
Not this again.
Okay.
Reyna, it is your turn.
Just cause I am going to call out my flame blade to attack the dragon.
Okay, sounds good.
Which actually does horribly.
Okay, natural one. You conjure a blade made of flames, and like the dragon kind of like easily sidesteps it, and as it touches the ground, you like you see that it starts a small fire here in the garden. That is your action. Any movement? Like you're in melee range because you attacked with the flame blade. What else? Do you have any other actions this turn?
Actions. Don't want to use up all my abilities right after getting back. I will summon the Capricorn.
Okay.
Try to prevent that from happening again.
So I've actually been waiting a little bit for this. The last time you tried to call the Capricorn was during the fight with Ea. Since then, you haven't tried to call the Capricorn again. And when you reach out for it this time, it does not answer your call. Instead, you are going to get a semi-transparent centaur with a bow and arrow is going to materialize and provide the same effects, basically helping you aim your attacks and such. But it is not. But now what you have is Sagittarius instead of Capricorn, because of what happened with the fight with Ea. So like you cast this, and like you're sort of surprised to see a a centaur pop up instead of what you might have otherwise expected, but it provides the same effects.
Didn't expect you, but thanks for the help.
Yeah, the centaur is going to give you a respectful bow. Okay. What is Cronenberg going to do?
The Cronenberg is going to run over to Graves
Mm-hmm.
and perch onto his shoulder.
Okay.
I don't believe I can cast spell through her since I already cast a spell, though.
That's
correct.
That's correct.
So she'll just stay there for the moment.
Okay. Cool. Do you want the do you want her to provide a help action with anything that Graves is doing?
Yes, that would be good. Yes.
That, yeah. Generally speaking, that's what familiars are able to do best. Ooh, I like your fancy soul blade. I don't think that really counts as a rapier bandit. That looks more like a
Longsword, I know.
yeah. But like we can
Couldn't
say it's something.
dragon, like,
It's a rapier in that style, is what we can say, right?
yeah.
Sounds good. Cool. So, Cronenberg is going to provide the help action for whatever Raymond does. The White Dragon is going... so that is going to affect all of you except Sebastian as his last legendary action of this turn. He's going to beat his wings, preparing to take off, but all of you must make a DC, except Sebastian, 19 dexterity saving throw, or take 2d6 plus 6.
Dexterity saving throw?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a high DC.
Yeah. So, it's 15 points of damage for everyone who rolled under 19, and Senna, you take only 7 points of damage.
Okay.
All right. All of you, everyone except Senna and Sebastian are knocked prone. Oh, and then you can fly up to half of its flying speed. Okay, cool. The dragon just takes off and starts flying in the sky.
How much damage did we take?
15.
Oof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
It produces a massive roar. I think Reyna, you get a second chance at an attack with your flame blade if you so wish. Because it's still going to take attacks of opportunity, even though he is using his because like the legendary action doesn't say that it's like not going to trigger anything. So.
Is he flying away, or is he look like he's turning back to face us?
You won't know that in the moment where you're about to take your swing with the flame blade. You make an either insight or animal handling check to be able to determine that. Okay, animal handling. That dragon was in fighting mode when Raymond Graves kind of snapped out of it, it kind of just went to the default of like, oh, I was summoned here to hunt something dark. I will find something dark. It seems to be leaving right now.
Nah, I'd actually just let go of my blade to let it fade away.
they like he's only 30 feet in the air until his turn. So Jonah, Senna, and Graves are still going to get an opportunity to interact if you so want. Jonah, it is your turn. I do believe.
Gonna hold on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold. Need an action. If it comes back, I'm gonna firebolt it.
Okay. Sounds good.
If it comes within 30 feet of us, so.
Got it. Senna.
I think Uhalan's just going to trust Rana, and if Rana's standing down, then that means that this situation is going okay.
All right. Does the Deer of Tunes or the Bunnycorn do something after Jonah and or Sinister?
Healing word.
Sorry, what?
Doesn't anybody need healing from half health? Because, I could have casted healing word. It's fine now.
Okay. All right. In this case, it's going to be Graves' turn.
All right. So it's just running away.
It's flying. It's like going to fly away on its turn. Yeah.
How far up is it?
Right now, half of its movement is 30 feet up in the air.
Okay. Well, I don't want to just have a dragon running around the cart. That can't help right now at all.
Oh, sorry,
wait.
40 feet up the air.
Yeah. I can't really do much to try and hurt it. I don't really think that would be the best idea. Can I cast message and see if it understands me?
Yeah, go ahead and.
I just want to say, hey, I know I kind of started this. My bad. I think we could just talk about this before you go running off wherever you're going.
You. Okay. This is not like sending. This does not give the person the ability to reply, does it?
It does.
It does, yeah. They can
Okay,
do
cool.
a one-sentence whisper.
Okay. You receive in exchange the sensation of you hear those words. I have identified you as a servant of the Raven Queen or an associate. I will not trust a word you say.
Okay. Just, Oh, well. I think that's my turn.
Okay. On his turn, the white dragon tanks off, starting to go up on air currents, roars, or this like ear-shattering roar that you hear echoing across the different mountains of this place, and he is going to head north because there's like with the elevation that he has, he is able to see the ice, like the glaciers up in the north, and yeah, as he does so, like he starts to head towards basically sunrise because you're south of sunrise currently. And we're out of combat. I was actually, when I was planning this this fight, I thought that like the dragon was gonna be like was just gonna be there and leave, and then all of you have to fight down Graves until he's calmed down. But because Sebastian super quickly got him to snap out of it, the fight is over.
Yay!
Nikki says, "All right, that probably drew attention to our only hiding spot. We have to run."
Also,
Yeah.
Graves,
I'm
tell me
picking
when
up
you're
the
back
sword.
in your own mind, and I can let go of my hooks and yours.
I think I'm good.
So Raphael dropped the sword that he was making for
I'm
you,
picking it up.
Graves. What does it look like?
Well, I think it just looks like a standard longsword, kind of similar to the one I have now, has a kind of hook at the end.
Yep.
So there's slightly more jagged underside to it.
Right, got it. So yeah, like as opposed to a beak, it looks more like a dragon's teeth. Love it. Cool. As you're you can hold on. Can you dual wield long swords?
If
No.
I got the
Dual
dual
wield
wielding,
feet.
I don't have.
Okay,
So
cool.
apparently no.
but
But I
yeah,
have to.
you now have both a hex blade and a soul blade. So yeah, congrats. And a dragon terrorizing your lands.
That's a fair trade.
I'm glad you think so. All right, where is the party going to go to now?
Right, I suggest either we run south away from them, or we make north to see where they're taking people. Any opinions?
That
Uh,
guy blasted me away. I'm at half health. Around half health.
Right.
Mhm.
Any suggestions?
I believe we should look in on what's going on over there.
Yeah.
North
Whether
it is.
that's via familiar or ourselves.
Yeah, it's just. Oh god, I gotta. We want to go check on Bird Village first. See if it's also been fully taken over.
I mean,
Unfortunately, I have to stop here for today.
No worry.
Good game session, everyone. I
don't you have something to do, Graves?
yeah, Graves had something to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I've got some stuff that came up. Good session. This was fun. I will
Yeah.
see you all next week.
Indeed.
Yep, I will see you next week.